Tonight on Primary News, we stop in and check with some of the new curriculum in the elementary schools.
And we also have a look at a special program. Primary News will start in 2 minutes.
Used to have a goat. Where did it go? It went to a family who really needed it. You see, giving a family an animal is like giving them a business. The wool, milk, eggs all turn into income for medicine, school, clothing, a better home, a sustainable livelihood. Soon, the family is passing on the gift of the animal's offspring to another family who does the same and on until the whole community is lifted out of poverty. That is where my goat went, and that's why you give to Heifer International.
Hello and welcome to Primary News. This is the Northover edition. I'm Blaze.
I'm Sophia, and we are your hosts for tonight. Later on tonight, we will take a look at how you can be physically fit through sports and exercise.
But up first, let's take a look at how one special author visited the home of the pirates to talk about her book.
Allison Gutschneck, creator of the book Don't Wear Polka Dot Underwear with White Pants and Other Lessons I've Learned, visited Northover Elementary School on March 22nd. During this intriguing experience, the students of Northover were lectured by the author herself about the requirements of being an author and what challenges and obstacles you might encounter or face as a writer like herself.
Allison even shared the pros and cons of an author's job, a little bit about her personal life, and some of the inspirational sparks that could ignite your sense of creativity while writing. Allison Gutschneck taught us a whole lot about writing.
Meeting the well-known author was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Katie, a fifth-grade student, said, "I really hope we get a chance to meet her again and hope for her to come back and visit Northover." Another fifth-grader, Sophia, stated, "Allison Gutschneck is an exquisite example of a young role model for young authors."
Katie and Sophia actually had the chance to interview the young writer. "I began writing since an early age," Gutschneck stated. She announced that she has another series in store for her current readers all over America. That will be set in a middle school. Everyone's really excited for her new book series. We all know it will be amazing, just like her other 4 books.
This truly was an intriguing experience for the whole school to get a chance to learn about all the things you can do with just paper and a pencil. There really are so many opportunities to write, and the author really opened up a window to Northover's young readers seeking the knowledge of writing.
Moving on to the GREAT program. This year, the 5th grade participated in the GREAT program. GREAT stands for Gang, Resistance, Education, and Training. Only the 5th grade participates in this program. The GREAT program has been at Northover Elementary since November 2012. That's about 4 years. Once a week, a police officer would enter a 5th grade classroom to teach them about different life skills. 5th graders learn skills such as dealing with anger, standing up to bullies, and compromising.
During the program, students performed skits and scenarios in front of the class to teach them about a certain skill. Students did many fun activities and usually completed 1 worksheet per class. At the final lesson of the program, the officers held a graduation for the 5th graders. They presented each student with a certificate and a water bottle. We had a snack and all said goodbye to our life skills teacher for the year.
We spoke to one student who said that they enjoyed learning new things from their mentor over the 6 weeks. We asked them if they had used any skills they learned. The student responded with, "Yes, they have really helped me and my friends." We also spoke to a 5th grade teacher. The students really benefit from this program, and I hope we continue the GREAT program and help more students.
This program is truly great. We hope that the GREAT program continues at Northover and students continue to learn from this program.
It's time for a short break. Coming up after the break, we look at the Northover Science Fair.
Primary News will be right back after this.
I knew I needed help paying for college. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I used to make worksheets for my friends to do. No one ever wanted to come over. My guidance counselor told me about federal student aid, and my mom helped me fill out the free application. I got the grants and loans that made school possible. There is a way to pay for school. You just have to find it. My name is Caitlin. I'm going to be a special education teacher. I'm going to live my dream.
What's it like when you hear your calling? Will you ignore it? Or will you listen? What if it calls you to go halfway around the world? To serve people you've never met? What will you do when you hear your calling? Peace Corps, life is calling. How far will you go?
Welcome back to Primary News. I am Blaze. Let's take a look at the science fair from our school.
If you want to have a fun science learning experience with your kids, then head over to Northover Elementary School Science Fair. You can learn many science concepts by reading the steps and watching the participants demonstrate their projects. As a result, this can be a great time for your entire family.
To make things even better, there are many different things you can do. First, you can see all the topics and different experiments. Second, you can freely roam around and explore the different projects. Third, there are many kind kids that explain everything to you. Furthermore, Miss Doyle, the teacher that runs the science fair, is knowledgeable and always helpful no matter what you may need assistance with.
So for an exciting night out with your entire family, the Northover Elementary School Science Fair is packed with a lot of fun learning, mingling with friends, and appreciating each other's creativity. This is just another fun activity offered at the wonderful Northover Elementary School.
Well, it sure looks like Northover is an exciting place these days. It's time for us to take our break.
After the break, we will see how the rest of the students at Northover are doing their best. We will be right back.
Candy bars right over there. Phone if you need to use it. Bed. And what is that?
Oh, that's a double chin.
The guy who checked out must have lost it just snacking on fruits and vegetables. Have a good stay.
This is a message from HUD, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Can you afford your home loan? Could your mortgage payment increase in a few months to something you can't afford? Hi, I'm Ruby D. If you're not sure you can continue to make your mortgage payments, call a government-approved housing counselor in your community for free and confidential help. Keep your home. Know your loan. Call today.
Call 877-HUD-1515. That's 877-HUD-1515 or go to HUD.gov.
Welcome back to Primary News with the Northover News Team. Let's now take a look at some more amazing events from this spring.
Anyone in the world can be a maker. It doesn't matter what you build or create, it can really be anything you're good at. Some makers may create arts and crafts or instruments, while others explore technology. The possibilities are endless.
Our school, Northover Elementary, was lucky enough to have the Ocean County Library Associates come to teach all about Maker's Day. This Maker's Day was entitled Make Me Loud. As you can already understand, this Maker's Day was all about making the place loud. The best tool to make things loud would be, of course, instruments. Students from grades 1st through 3rd were able to soak up this experience. The teacher from the Ocean County Library came in with so many instruments that the children didn't even know what some of them were called. Some of the instruments that were featured were rain sticks, handbells, cymbals, and the triangle. Everyone had a blast.
Sophia and Katie had an amazing experience working with the children and learning from the library instructor. They learned so many new things, including how to make a cigar box guitar and how to use an assortment of other exotic instruments. They weren't just having all the fun, though. The first graders were there, too, and it was half the enjoyment to watch their reactions to the instruments as well.
At Northover Elementary, the kids are lucky enough to have their very own maker. One of our well-known staff members, Mr. Riley, is a maker himself. Mr. Riley, our technology and health teacher, creates guitars for his own enjoyment. I love making guitars because each guitar has its own unique features, said the computer instructor. Even though they take up to a couple of months to construct, the guitars are so much fun to admire and play, the educator stated. During Maker's Day, Mr. Riley constructed cigar box guitars with his 5th grade classes. All in all, Sophia and Katie had an outstanding time visiting the presentation of Maker's Day and interacting with the kids. We had a blast learning about Maker's Day and experiencing the enjoyment with Mr. Riley and the instructor from the Ocean County Library.
Currently, our students are working on the Barnegat Bay Blitz Rain Barrel Challenge. This competition engages schools and youth groups in the Barnegat Bay watershed to learn about the bay and how people can protect its water quality and natural resources. Students paint rain barrels according to the theme for 2016. The theme for 2016 is keeping the bay free of pollution and the water remains clean.
Northover won a science program for the entire school in 2014. This year, we entered this program again. Miss Bowes and Miss Fisher inspired the design of this year's rain barrel, which involved everyone at Northover. 5th graders drew happy rain barrel inhabitants living in the water with nets made by fingers of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. Preschool through 2nd grades have their classrooms written on scallop shells on the rain barrel. All the classes are represented by little fish painted on the top.
Right now, Northover is one of the final 4 schools trying to win the contest. We should know the results very soon.
Next up is Northover's Technology Spotlight with Vanch.
And I will be looking at the differences between a normal PC and a Chromebook.
Okay, thank you, Vanch. This is a question I get quite often. Which should I buy, the PC or the Chromebook? And there's really no right or wrong answer. They're both very good. However, there are some differences that we'll cover today. The first thing we need to talk about is the price. The Chromebook is going to be cheaper than the PC, whether it be desktop or laptop PC. Usually they're going to be a couple $100 cheaper in general. Next up is their different operating systems. Chrome has its own operating system called the Chrome operating system, whereas your PC is going to be Windows based. Chrome does have some advantages here. One, you never have to pay for upgrades. It does update itself. And two, there's really no need for virus protection on a Chromebook. They're not subject to viruses really at all, whereas a PC, you're going to have the extra cost of virus protection, whether it be Norton or McAfee. That is an extra cost that you have to consider when buying a PC. Okay, as far as functionality goes, both the PC and the Chromebook are going to get you on the internet and allow you to do things like Microsoft Word. There is a difference, though, as far as the programs. Right now we're going to take a look at the Chromebook first. The Chromebook doesn't have Microsoft Word or Office, but it does have Google Apps. So right now Vanch is going to click for Google Apps, and he's just going to go in and start a basic Google Doc, which is similar to Microsoft Word. So once he gets it started, he can go in for a blank doc, and when it opens up, it's pretty much going to look like Microsoft Word, and it's just a basic word processor. Any work he does is going to save to Google Drive, where he can access it from pretty much anywhere that has internet access. Now on the PC, it's a little bit different. He's going to go to the Start button and Microsoft Office, and he's going to open up Microsoft Word from there. And basically he has a blank document. Once they're both open, there's not a huge difference between the two. The Office programs generally have a little bit more functionality, and he will have the option of saving this to the hard drive on the computer, or possibly a cloud-based service as well. Right, so as you can see, both the PC and the Chromebook do basically the same thing. For students, the Chromebook is probably fine. You have all the functionality you need. You can get on the internet. You can get into Google Apps. There is an Office version online as well that you can use in Chrome, which works pretty well. And if you wanted more functionality, then the PC might be the way to go. But again, for elementary students, the Chromebook is going to be cheaper and easier to use, and is a pretty good choice.
Northover is a place that is fun and educational. It is time for us to take our break.
After the break, we'll see how the rest of the students at Northover are doing amazing things inside and outside of school. We will be right back.
I used to have a goat. Where did it go? It went to a family who really needed it. You see, giving a family an animal is like giving them a business. The wool, milk, eggs all turn into income for medicine, school, clothing, a better home, a sustainable livelihood. Soon, the family is passing on the gift of the animal's offspring to another family who does the same and on until the whole community is lifted out of poverty. That is where my goat went, and that's why you give to Heifer International.
And then you just come right over here and jump up there. Welcome back to Primary News with the Northover edition. I'm Blaze. After interviewing our gym teacher, Mr. Hager, an all-around athlete, he gave us these tips on being a great athlete. Vegetables, lean protein, and fruits is what pro athletes and top-class superstars eat. If you want to be fast like Usain Bolt, you should eat lean protein. If you want to be like Cristiano Ronaldo, you should eat a lot of vegetables along with lean protein. If you want to be like Cam Newton, you should eat yogurt and fruits.
Next, if you want to be a superstar, you have to practice. Here are some tips to help. For basketball, you need to have good defense. When batting in baseball, keep your eye on the ball. The most important objective in football is to give everything you got and never give up. In soccer, you need to make sure you are in the best of shape because the game never stops moving. To succeed at hockey, you need to be big and strong, so you need to work out. You also need to be able to skate. You can't play if you can't skate. Mr. Hager gave us this quote about baseball by Yogi Berra. 80% of the game is half mental.
It is a very musical time of the year. The 5th and 4th graders have their very own new instrumental concert a few weeks back, and they did an outstanding job. We had our band and orchestra perform for us. Their conductors, Mr. Moran and Mr. Mackey, worked hard to put the concert together, and they did a very good job. The students played many different types of songs. Some of the songs they played consisted of Dominance, Classic Bits and Pieces, Calm of the Starry Sky, Eleanor Rigby, My Favorite Things, Pomp and Circumstance, and Pizzicato Pizzazz.
My favorite song by the band was Dominance because it was easy, but it sounded very professional. My favorite song played by the orchestra was Eleanor Rigby because I grew up with the Beatles when they were actually a group, said Mr. Mackey, the director for the band. Mr. Mackey thought that the kids did a fantastic job and that the concert went better than he expected. He saw that the kids responded to Mr. Warren well, even though the kids were used to Miss Kay. I'm impressed by the band, orchestra, and even Mr. Warren for doing such an amazing concert. I think that this was the best concert so far, said Mr. Mackey.
Everyone thinks the concert went well. Everyone was astonished by the talents of the band and the orchestra students because of their amazing performance. And they should be, because the kids did an amazing job.
On May 18th, there will be a music and art show. Mrs. Strauss, the music teacher, and Mrs. Bose, the art teacher, are working together to create this amazing performance. Every 5th grade student will choose their favorite art project that they have made this year to be in the art show. 5th graders that are in chorus sing songs that Mrs. Strauss has selected for them to sing in the music show.
Our theme for chorus and art was a mix of pop and food. Miss Strauss has selected songs including Supper Time, Pizza Love, Stressed Out, and One Call Away. As Miss Strauss did some songs, Miss Bose made her 5th grade students create great artwork. This artwork includes mandalas, pop art, self-portraits, banyan trees, and illuminations.
This is the 2nd annual Fine Arts Showcase. The art is a great way to showcase Northover's talent. This is also a perfect occasion to celebrate art and family for friends.
In Miss Fisher's 5th grade class, we are performing a wax museum in the school cafeteria on May 27th. The exciting part is that we do not know who we are going to be. Each student gets to pick a historical figure from the 18th century, like Betsy Ross or George Washington. We dress up like the characters. All of our family and friends are invited. We will dedicate this to the United States veterans for Memorial Day. We hope our family and friends have a lot of fun watching us perform. As you can see, Miss Fisher's class is going to be working very hard on our wax museum, and we hope that everyone enjoys and learns about this important time in history.
If you are a 5th grader at Northover, you get to participate in a day called Takeover Day. On Takeover Day, students take over any staff position. The students pick between being a teacher, principal, custodian, and many more. There are 2 or 3 students per position.
The 5th grade classrooms are turned into faculty rooms for students. Teachers can choose to keep the students that are taking over their classroom all day or send them back after 40 minutes. Takeover Day is usually near Memorial Day weekend. About a week before Takeover Day, 5th grade teachers are given a list of staff for students to choose from. The list usually consists of 1 classroom teacher from each grade level, excluding 5th grade, 1 or 2 special area teachers, and a custodian and a principal.
Students dress as a staff member would and plan what to do during the day. If the student is a classroom teacher, they then visit that teacher to discuss what a subject they will teach and begin a lesson plan for Takeover Day. If the student is a special area teacher, they will discuss the time they will teach that teacher about week before Takeover Day. The 5th grade students are very excited for Takeover Day.
Does your school have a Carnival Day? Carnival Day is so much fun, sponsored by our amazing PTO. The Carnival is held for 5th grade every June. It is a day of memory making. All the 5th grade classes head outside to the playground and field to have a blast. The Carnival has many fun things to do, including human hamster ball, sack races, booger toss, and much more.
One of the things at the Carnival to do is called hamster balls. The hamster ball is a big blow-up ball that you can go inside and roll around in. That is so much fun. Another thing to do at the Carnival is eat. There are lots of different desserts, such as ice cream, popcorn, cotton candy, and snow cones. Yum! Moreover, there is also another game you can play called booger toss. One more thing to do at the Carnival is go down a slide. Slipping down this tall incline is not only fun, but it makes you feel like you are on a roller coaster.
At the end of Carnival Day, everything is packed up and it is the beginning of our goodbyes to Northover. We say our farewells and sign yearbooks. Sadly, on the last day of school, we get on our buses and as our teachers gather around while we wave out the window crying.
We have to leave Northover this year, but Carnival Day leaves us with lasting memories of fun and unforgettable friendships.
Well, that wraps up tonight's show. Remember, if you have a story you would like us to cover,
or if you have an announcement about an upcoming event, please send it to Interschool Mail to the TV studio at High School East, or you can email us at tv21@trschools.com.
That's you still. Also, be sure to tune in to TV21 throughout the day to catch the show, as we bring you stories from around the district. Also, please take a look at our website, www.trschools.com/TV21.
Well, that wraps up tonight's show. For Primary News, I'm Sophia.
And I'm Blaze. Have a great night.